This is what we started off with on Thursday. Just kind of getting a nice flow through your volley. And so what we were kind of working on is this idea of turning your shoulders, getting your weight on your left foot as the ball is coming at you, and dragging your right foot first, and then stepping through. So unlike a normal ground stroke where you sometimes or often step in with your right foot first, it's called hitting in stride. So your weight's on your left, your shoulders are turned, you hit off your left and move through it. This is, and then there's some really good. And then one way that to facilitate this is to focus on letting your left leg let your left toe drag a little bit. And so especially as you go to your right and you're lining the ball up, if you let your right toe drag behind, it kind of keeps you balanced, because once you pick up that right foot, sometimes you feel like you got to put it somewhere. So just let it drag for a second. So you go left, right, and you can see how you just flow right through that. That's what it's all about, flow. And so then I brought Matthew out here, and then we were just kind of doing this. And first volley back cross court. That's nice. And then let's skip to the second one. So the first volley is a little deeper, so you're bringing it back to me, and you establish yourself at the service line. Now the ball is sitting up above the net line. You're on the service line already, and you can see that's why to me it's such a great idea to go down the line right there, because you're on the service line. The ball's sitting up. So first one back to John. You establish yourself, and you can see Matthew's clearly below the net line to hit this. Now you can tell, I think, that I'm near the baseline, and so to me, the reason I love this place especially is because I'm a lob threat. So you're on the service line now. Now, if you get pulled inside the service line and you take this volley to me, there's a high probability that I would easily be able to lob you because I'm far back. I would have enough time to set up. But taking it at Matthew, you can see he's really not a lob threat at all, and and it really allows you to crash in on the net. And we have a few more. You said back to me. Now and then you can see what Matthew did. So let's see, the first one you came back to me. Now you go down the line here, and you can tell again this is a great ball to take down the line. You're clearly moving forward. You see that? You actually hit that off your left foot too. So your weight's on your right, left, contact, right. So you just did. Let's watch again. Let's watch that again in real time. Back to me, and this is left. Now you hit it low down the line. Matthew's really not in an easy position to lob you. But what's also interesting here is you don't know what he's going to do. You really can't control what he does, but you know where he's standing, and that means I, as Matthew's partner, also know where he's standing. So watch what I do. You see how I'm coming into the picture here? You can see if I don't come over here, if Matthew hits this same ball that he's about to hit, this high ball, and I don't come guard the middle, that's a very easy shot. So I come over, and because he had to put some air underneath it because you had hit a low ball to him, that gave you a nice look into my alley. Way to finish me off there. And so then we kind of moved into you returning serve and middle, alley. So look at this. And this is a lovely pattern. Cross court, middle, alley. Love it. There it is. Look at this. So I'm serving you out wide, and to me you're able to hit the middle there. The reason you're able to hit the middle there is because it's a second serve, no doubt. So I think, generally speaking, on a second serve, you can see Matthew right now, even though he hasn't moved a lot, he is clearly leaning to his right to guard his alley. It's just that little lean you need is why he does not take that ball down the middle. So now, you can kind of tell I'm taking a forehand. I take it inside. I take that inside out forehand. You go back down the middle, because I think again. Sorry. So again, right there. Look, Matthew took that step over. His weight again is on his right, which leaves the middle open again. And now you close in. Perfect. That's really good. Backhand. Again, so look what Matthew does. He right here. He takes that step right there. It's a very subtle step. He just takes a little bit of step to his right, and then he can't come back and get that ball in the middle. On there, inside out and low. What's great about that inside out and low is what Matthew did. Well, so first of all, I'm clearly taking the ball at my ankles. Matthew sees that I'm pulled out wide. He shifts over. Now, again, you've got a high ball. This is the ball to change direction on, that nice juicy high ball. You shifted us over, because if Matthew stays exactly where he is and I hit this ball, there's a huge hole in the middle, so he has to pick his poison. He chooses to guard the middle, which I would encourage him to, and because going down the line is not quite as easy as going down the middle, but it's still not that hard. That's my point. Love it. And you're in total control. That's really nice, Carlene. Inside out, middle. I think that might be my favorite one. So look, inside out forehand. Down the middle. The reason, again, so sorry, wait, I messed up. Inside out, here we go. So inside out, the reason that middle stays open is because you've got that backhand. Matthew's kind of staying in front of the ball. Middle stays open. Now you went down, so now look at this moment. You go down the line. When you go down the line, obviously Matthew has to get it. I stay in the middle because Matthew's getting pulled out wide. You've all day, you change directions because you knew where we were. That's the whole thing. You know where we are because you put us there, and you're in total control. Now, is Matthew and I playing full speed? No, but I didn't tell him what to do. He's just instinctually following the rules of doubles. And so when you get that second serve, what you're doing really well here is taking control of the points. Middle. Even though you lose this point, I love it. Middle, ready position. Middle, ready position. Now it's time that down the line is calling your name, and you just overcook it. But the shot was there for you. Yep, boom. Love it. Look at you stay ready. Look how ready you stay. The reason you can close in like that is because I'm closing in too. So I'm serving and volleying. I'm coming forward. Everybody's coming forward. So you and I are going to be, and obviously you have to visualize that you have a partner. We're all coming forward. So now there are no more lob threats. And so we're all in. If I would have lobbed, let's see, Matthew's not, again, you can't play Matthew to lob this. If I would have lobbed, this is probably the only time you would have been lobbed. But from here on out, there's no more lob threats, and you're closing in, perfect. So that's legit, man. Now this is, I don't know if you can hear me, but I just told you I'm going to stay back. This is why down the line, being able to volley down the line gets even more important, because at this moment, cross court back to me, Now you're on the service line. Look where I am. I'm way back on the baseline. Matthew's somewhere on the service line. You get this nice, juicy, face-high ball. You would decide to attack Matthew. You go down the line. I mean, you don't go exactly in the alley, but you go down the line into the deuce side. He has to hit a reflex. He has to hit a defensive volley, just to, a reflex volley, if you will. And so he's clearly not a lob threat. Now, if hopefully you could visualize here. Imagine taking this exact, assuming you didn't hit a winner into my alley. Imagine if I get a racket on this, and your weight, say your weight came forward as it should. Imagine if you hit this volley to me. I could just kind of chip that over your head. That's why I think that's such a great idea to go at the net player, because all he could do is reflex volley it, and you kill him on the next one. Love it. Again, great. Inside out. Great inside out return. So we kind of change gears here. I like how you did not go down the line first, and I'm going to show you why here. Because when you were returning serve, from, look where you're returning serve from. You're what, 3 feet inside the baseline? So you're going to get in. You're going to get to that service line a lot sooner. Now, as we all know, when you serve, you have to start from behind the baseline. So you're just not going to get in as far if you're trying to come forward. So you're going to see you're taking that first volley around the blue line. And now, I'm not saying don't go down the line, but now you are a little bit further off the net. So it's not right or wrong. I just think it might be a little bit more dicey. So you hit a beautiful, solid volley. You hit a cross court, but you'll notice it's not angle cross court. It's kind of a neutral ball cross court. Now, the reason I have that cart on your court is just kind of a spacer to let you know where your partner would be. Look where you hit this thing, right in front of her. And so now she would be in a great position to put a lot of pressure on Matthew. You hit a nice cross, so you hit a cross court ball clearly away from me. And look where I'm standing too, by the way. I'm kind of cheating to the middle. You hit a beautiful volley. You come forward, split step. But you don't pull your partner off the court by putting too much of an angle. And I think you wouldn't want, you wouldn't, here's another thing. You wouldn't want to hit, in my opinion, you wouldn't want to hit too much of an angle from this far back, because it's hard to really get him off the court. And if you let Matthew take a few steps out wide on a juicy forehand, he's going to kill you. But you keep him locked in the court. That way you minimize his options. He does, and then he misses. Split. Love it. Love it. So this is what I love. I love the great serve. So here's the thing. I like that serve, but I like that it's not overly angled. I don't care that he gets it, because I almost don't care it's in his wheelhouse, because by not letting him extend his arms when he's in the alley, he has to go through the middle of the court more. He doesn't have a great look at your alley in the ad side, and he doesn't have as easy of a sharp angle return volley into your alley. And so he gives you a neutral ball right to you. You hit a nice ball and you park it on the service line. You don't get too close. See, oops, sorry. You're kind of, oops, sorry. So you come in and you're kind of hovering on the service line, and he misses. That's great. I mean, it's really great. And I like this. A couple things happen here. A, I love the fact you went down the tee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You did serve out wide. So, but two things happen here. You serve it cross court, but again, not super angle. Now maybe your partner's in a position to get that. She probably isn't, I would argue, because that was, I guess, kind of a wide serve. Yeah, you can see Matthew's in the alley. So assuming he's got a really nice forehand, which he does, I would say your partner would then shift over to guard that alley. Now here's a shot that I don't have. What you do next. So now you'll see look where we are. You've got your backhand. I've come over to I'm near the tee because you had just served out wide, and then that's a weapon. That's a really nice shot. Sir, love it. Look at that big serve down the tee. I think we got one more here. And then yeah, like you gave me a warning. I don't know if you can hear that. So here you go. You go out wide, hold it. That's again, that's what I love. Watch what you do. You go, okay, serve out wide. So you don't go down the middle right away. That's fine. But now, because Matthew's return is cross court, it holds me in that spot. You go down the middle. You get a high ball. Boom. And that's it.